Gwaan, my people. Ode Osborne here for another episode of Gwaan with Ode Osborne. And again, if you don't know what Gwaan means, it means what is going on in Patois. And Patois is another language that we speak in Jamaica. You don't know where I do it, I saw where I come. So today, joining me in the studio, we have Olena Kolesnyk. Kolesnyk. Oh, Kolesnyk. I said it. You know what's crazy? I said it like a million times before the show started, just so I didn't fuck your name up, and I did it anyways. Olena Kolesnyk.
Perfect.
Got it. Olena Kolesnyk. So tell me, Olena, how have you been?
I'm amazing, fighting with myself sometimes. Because...
with what?
I just like to punch people, and I'm blessed to do it 3 times of this year, but I will be more happy if I have opportunity to punch someone
more. You want to punch people more than 3 times a year?
Man, it's fun.
Oh man, I think 3 times a year is perfect for me. If I get to punch people 3 times in a year, I'm happy. I am way happy because yes, I punch people for 3 times, but I also got to train for 3 or 2 months leading up to that, and my body just can't. It's just like 3 more. You want to do 4 or 5 times?
Man, listen, you saw I train with our guys.
Yeah.
And they actually smash me, if I can say like that.
Yeah, you can say it like that.
Yeah.
So the guys smash you.
my guys smash me, but the other guys help me with the training.
Okay. So tell me about how that preparation works when it's time for you to fight. How do you prepare? So you only train with guys typically?
Yeah, with who else? I mean,
that's true. Valentina does that same thing. She only trains with men. Why is that? Why do you only train with men?
Because these girls complain that I hit hard, and I don't. I mean, I am, but not by purpose.
Yeah.
Just I'm not small girl, and I never been. And when I was small, like 3 years old, I catch my mom hand and I left just dots.
Yeah.
Because my bones really heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and when girls step on me and I'm southpaw, I'm just waiting for this moment, and in the right moment, I just catch them. That's all. And I not make it by purpose.
Yeah, it's an accident. And not just that, but you're training with a person that they should know. We're fighting. You're gonna get hit hard in a fight. You know what I'm saying? My solution to not getting hit hard is don't get hit.
Work on your defense.
Work on your defense. Exactly. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Listen, and the reason is some people come to me, and as we spoke with you before, that some grandma of your students.
Yes.
And she looks like she really old. Like, yes, no.
Yes.
People take me in the wrong way because I'm from Ukraine and we're a little bit different.
Yeah.
We not smile. In everything, in our life.
Yeah.
If I smile, it's like I'm really happy. If I don't like something, my face no change,
Yes.
So like this meme with Pereira when he's not face.
Yeah.
That's me,
It's funny that you say that because, like I said, I had a couple students and their parents were from Ukraine, like their grandma, and I never saw their grandma smile, not once. I'm like, so it's interesting to me. Like you said, you guys do not smile or show much emotions. You're like, yes, no, okay, sounds good.
But it's not mean that we cold.
Yeah.
We really we smile our hearts, with our friends. We open our souls and we're really happy to invite them to our house, make a huge dinner for the full of table,
It's true.
So we're different, but it's different culture, and people take it in the wrong way. And maybe in the gym, girls take it like, yeah, she's like, even my favorite lady in the front desk say, people say that you bitch sometimes. I say, yeah, I am. So what? What's wrong with it?
I like that.
But I'm not. I'm really not. I'm a sweetheart.
You are. I've known you for like, what, 2 years now? And you've been nothing but nice to me, sweet. Every time I see you, you give me a hard time sometimes. But I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times we expect everyone to be butterflies and sunshine, but that's the culture here. In Jamaica, where I'm from, we say what we see. So if you're a heavier set person or man, we'll say, oh yeah, that's a fat guy. We'll say,
yes,
he's a fat guy.
We same.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with it?
Here you can't say that. It's crazy. Here you can't say that. If you're tall and skinny, they'll say, oh yeah, hey, what's up, man? You tall and skinny. You know what I'm saying? But people here get so offended by saying how you see somebody. You know what I'm saying? I had a guy. No, for real. There was a guy that I know in Jamaica. He was really, really, really dark. Really really dark, and we call him Blackie. You know what I mean? But if you say that here, you'd be canceled in a second.
No, I training with Chris and David right now, and they teach me what I can say and what I cannot.
In Greece?
Yeah.
How is that in Greece? What's the culture like?
No, not Greece. Chris.
Oh,
Chris Ruffin.
Oh,
and,
yeah, Chris Ruffin. Yes. They're training you on what you can and cannot say here in America.
Yes.
I see. Okay, yeah.
Because in Ukraine we say exactly what we think. And for example, I can easy to say like now I'm getting weight and said I'm fat. Yeah. And here, oh, you cannot say like that. I said, why? Why? I said, you fat too. And then they upset. Why are you upset? Come on. It's reality.
First of all, you're not fat.
Oh, I know how you call it. You're thick. If you're fat, you're fat, man. Like, if you call it more like fatty or some of this bullshit, I mean, no, it's reality. Stop eating this bullshit. I tried to say it to myself and for other girls.
Oh, it's true, though. It's true. And myself, I've gotten soft to that, where now I think about what I say to people because I don't want to offend anybody. I never used to be like that when I came to this country. I used to say whatever I wanted. Sometimes I still say certain things I'm not supposed to, and I have to be like, okay, bring it back a little bit. You can't say that. But I understand because it's a cultural thing, and for me, I want to be able to succeed in life, and whatever, you know what I mean? If I'm saying something I'm not supposed to say, let me know how I'm offending you and why it's offending you. That would be better. If I say something to you and you get offended by it, tell me.
Whose problem is it?
Yeah, right.
Like how am I supposed to know?
Tell me. Exactly. Tell me, hey, you offended me because you said this, and here's how this offended me. Back in the day, I was abused, and every time I was abused, my abuser said this. Something like that, or something. So I'm just saying, something like that along the lines of, here's how you offended me. But now it's just, people get offended, and they don't talk to you and tell you that they're offended. They just want you to read their minds, and they stay offended, and all of a sudden, you become this person that they project in their minds.
Man, that's why I cannot find the boyfriend just till this time, because I thought the old men here are so soft. So no, I changed my mind later.
Wait,
so why?
Is your boyfriend from Ukraine?
No.
He's from here?
Yeah.
What? Oh, that's surprising.
So I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Because listen, you say really great words. How am I supposed to know that I offended you or make you hurt by my words, and whose problem is it? Go to therapist. Take some start to study psychology. I don't know, help yourself. Why you put your shit on me? Because I not mean it. I say it from I'm another part of world, So if you're sensitive cunt, it's your problem.
Yes.
And this is what I say, like couple fighters in front of their face.
That's good. See, the world needs more people like you. Because sometimes I feel we're too much in one direction. We're too much of we don't care enough, and we're too much of we're too sensitive. We don't care enough where we're not sensitive enough to other people's feelings, and we're too sensitive. There's no fine line. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are either too sensitive where you say anything and they get offended. You're offending me. You're offending me. And then you have certain people who go out of their way to be offensive. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
Man, I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but I want to be myself.
That's what I'm talking about. That's good.
I want to be
that's good.
myself, and you either like me or not like me. If
Exactly.
you don't like me, just not communicate with me. But
Yeah.
don't make this shit on your face and pretend like
See,
nothing. Oh, fuck you, you know? I have my own shit, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I have my parents, which I need to feed at home.
Mm-hmm.
I need to survive here, you know? Like, I don't want to deal with your abusive stuff from your childhood.
Yes.
Go and fix yourself with a doctor. How you fix with I don't know,
Yeah.
the dentist, like therapist, anything.
Yeah.
Fix yourself.
and I can't see how people would get offended by you. Now, no, because you're yourself. Now, I can see how people would get offended by, say, Sean Strickland. I can see how people would get offended by Sean because he goes out of his way to offend people. You know what I mean?
It's never happened with me.
But it's not. You know, you can't take anything he says like purposeful. I don't. You know, people a lot of times get offended by a lot of things he says.
What he said? He called me fat, and it will be really hot if I lost 20 pounds.
He said you're fat. And
Like,
you'll be
listen, the whole story. The whole story was, it's in his Instagram. Like, in 2021, I first time be here in other gym, not Extreme.
Yeah.
And I tell another UFC fighter,
Yeah.
which he liked to bully a lot in his social media. And he hug me from behind. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Is this sexual harassment? And I make a joke.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And this guy became so sensitive, he almost cried and say, don't you ever. And I hate when people put
Points,
fingers on
yeah.
me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
If you're huge, I don't care. I will fight till death.
It's very. You know what's crazy in different cultures, including my culture, if you point at somebody, it's so disrespectful
Yes,
to
it
put your
is.
finger in somebody's face. But anyways, go ahead.
So, and he said, don't you dare speak with me like that. I said, man, like, I know you long before even from US. Like, why? I just make a joke. And then Sean come and protect me from him and say, listen, why you like... And he came to me and said, don't worry about him, he's a pussy. This is how I met Sean. And then he posted this story in his Instagram post.
And he said you're really fat and you'd look really hot if you lost 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he correct. You're right.
Brutal.
He right. And I'm okay with it, you know?
That's
no one
brutal.
like fat. Who like
Sean, you're
More.
brutal, man. Sean, that's...
No, he honest. Maybe he little bit not well educated, let's say polite.
Yeah.
But he honest, and I like his honest, and he honest who is here.
That's true. No, that's true. A lot of things he says, I agree with. A lot of stuff he says about, after he lost to Pereira, he said, you know, other countries have it harder. You know what I'm saying? Me being here in America, sometimes it makes us soft because we have everything handed to us. We have everything given to us.
Tell me about it.
So we don't know how to work for things. When he said that, I was like, I agree 100%. You know, we sometimes, I will include myself in this. Since I've been to the United States from Jamaica, I probably have gotten a little bit more softer because, you know, when I first came here, my drive was more like, you know, I got to survive. I got to provide for my mother. I got to provide for me, my future kids. You know, I got to provide. But now that I'm doing much better in life, I'm like, okay, I can kind of ride the wave a little bit more. But am I getting softer? No, I wouldn't say I'm getting softer. I would say more so I'm getting more comfortable. So sometimes, anytime that I get a fight, I go into Jamaica O'Day. You know what I mean? When I get that contract, as soon as I sign that contract, I'm like, all right, we in here now. Look, we back. We back in the trenches. We in the mud. We coming for it. You know, and I'm back fierce again. So I do think there's balance. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to be an asshole. There's a time to have big ego. For me, in your camp, you're supposed to be an asshole. You're supposed to have a big ego. When I say an asshole, I don't mean an asshole to the people in the gym. I just mean your energy. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to, because you have to have that mindset so that way when fight comes, you can step into the cage and perform. Otherwise, when you go into the cage, like, smiling and, you know, you don't have that fire. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there's a time for everything.
1,000,000,000%. So better don't come to me when I'm in a fight camp. Because I say a lot of bad things, and I actually don't mean it. But you know, when you cut in weight, when you prepare for several fights, especially I take part not just in one fight, take part in the tournament. So as you ask like about, yeah, I want to fight as more as I can. I mean, 4 or 5 fights in a year. I don't care. I like to fight. But when you're cutting weight and it's so close to a fight, it's really hard to hide my emotions.
Yeah, you're
and
really
especially about stupid questions of people.
yeah. So you're really really angry and mean when you're cutting weight.
I do in other things. I became silent.
I see.
Silent, but some people really annoying, and they
Yeah.
ask you
lot of
again. I said,
questions.
please, like, I try to be polite.
Yeah.
Like, please, like, after fight, anything, interview, whatever you want, just I help you with it. But before, don't touch me, and they don't understand. And then I turn my Ukrainian side. I'm like, okay, you fucking giraffe, like.
Yeah. Well, people don't understand what it's like to actually cut weight. You know what I mean? You essentially put your body in starvation mode, for 5 to 12 hours, and your emotions get really amped up. But see, me, it's weird, man. I'm never really angry. I'm never really mad. I'm always
Maybe you're just a nice person.
I am.
I'm not.
I'm always a nice person. This is who I am. I've always been a nice person. That's why I have to flip a switch in order to get into that fight mode, into that, that character, because that's not who I am. I have to become that character. I have to step into that person. Otherwise, I'm just a nice person all the time. I'm too nice at times. You know what I mean? So I envy the fact that you can do that all the time.
Not all the time. This is a interesting thing. Like I speak with my man recently, and he said, "You're so different in your fights and after fight interview. Like I'm here for blood, like blah blah."
Yeah.
Blah. And then I see you here crying on the cartoons.
Yeah.
Like how it works. I said because like with the people who I truly trust and love. I can take my armor out and like just be myself, like sensitive woman. But as soon as I step in the gym or I prepare for fight, no, it's not nice and polite Olena. It's totally other person. And I'm fighting already like 16 years.
Yeah.
So of course it influences. But I try to not share my shit for people who I love.
That's
Let's say
amazing.
like that.
Well, that's amazing. Another thing that I think is amazing, that you found somebody to be with that can accept you for you and allow you to be yourself, and that's a good support system. Finding a spouse or another person, it's difficult to date a MMA fighter if you don't understand. Yeah, if you don't understand what it is that we go through, it's very difficult to date an MMA fighter because we have to be selfish with our, and this is a selfish sport. This is very selfish sport, and if you're not selfish, you get left behind. So the fact that you found somebody that is able to allow you to grow and be yourself and makes you happy, makes me happy, and I love that.
Have you ever dated with fighter?
Have I ever dated a fighter? No, I purposely tried to never do that.
And never make it. Never make it because, for example, many years I was in relationship with a fighter, and you say exactly correct words. We must be egoist. We must have this ego. And I start to feel that my man start to compare with me, in some small things. And I'm like, listen, but I want us success. Then we build family and a lot of kids,
Yeah.
strong Ukrainian kids. But, I start to be like a train to push him.
Wait, not strong American kids?
Well, now it changed. Now it changed.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's, what I mean.
The most important word, they will be strong.
They will be strong.
Yeah, but like in my past in relationship, like I just push him forward and like, man, we can do here. And then one day I'm just sit at home and like, listen, I cannot do it anymore. I'm tired. Why? Like, what's wrong? I said, no, I want to be successful. I want everyone know my name. I want to be world champion, like I want to be the best of the world.
Yes.
And I have limited of time. And then I want to be a mom and like raise kids. And he said like, I don't want to left Ukraine. I don't want to travel with you. And I said, well, will be a problem. And, word by word. So we split and it was really painful for me.
Of course.
Do
you think that had something to do with your losses?
Actually, what interesting was, like, we both was successful fighters. But I decided that I became pro, and he was still amateur. So, and I'm like, listen, no, like, I need do more, like this. And I'm so active, because I understand that time is so fast.
Yeah.
I want to like take this piece of famous cake,
Yeah.
be successful, and then retirement, make kids, and write books.
So I have to ask you a question. I'm sorry. Finish your sentence, and I'm going to ask you a question.
So, but sometimes you cannot push all these days the person who you love. Sometimes every one of us have some limit, And for example, you cannot ask the eagles just start to run and walk.
Yes,
they fly.
they fly.
Eagles supposed to fly.
Yes.
For example, rabbits supposed to run. We're just two different animals. And even if I love you all my heart, I want to fly.
You want to fly.
I want to fly.
That's deep. That's very deep. You're so, see, this is the side I'm talking about, guys. This is the side of the fighters that you guys don't ever see. This is the side that I love to show the world how we really are. We're actually very sensitive creatures. Even people like Sean Strickland, who's, I guarantee you Sean Strickland right now is sitting on the couch with his girlfriend watching Gossip Girls or some shit.
I hope it's not Sex in the City, but who knows?
But you said something that was interesting, right? You said you wanted to be successful. And I've been asking a lot of people this. How do you define success? What does success look like for you?
As I told you, like I have a goals. I have in a
Yes.
book where I make my goals. It's not dreams, it's goals.
What are your goals?
So the most goals for right now, till I'm healthy and strong, I want to be a world champion. I want to be a world champion and give me opportunity to say, okay, I did it. We did it. Done. Like all this hard work is pay off. After this, like now I get my 4th degree in psychology.
Yeah.
I would like to publish some books about sports psychology because a lot of us guys crazy.
That's amazing.
Because most of us need therapy.
Yeah.
And I honestly think if you have enough money, because unfortunately most of us poor either.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
if you find some money, don't forget fix not only your body but your mind too.
Your mind.
All your lost or your win, all missed punches, even your relationship, it's all influence on your head. And then you step in the cage and I'm not here. Where I am? Because all your this passion and fire you lost on all these small problems in your life.
Yes.
So to be totally focused on success and on your fight, you need to be totally healthy mentally, and focus on this. That's why I really believe in psychology, and I truly believe that all fighters need to study it or work with therapists.
Agreed.
So anyway, come back to your question about success. Yeah, I really want to publish some books. I really want to be a mom. I really want to make some strong sons. Maybe daughter, I don't know. For me, to be a world champion, to show my son and kids like, so your mom, you see? Your mom smart, sexy, and strong. So, and I want my future kids proud of me, you know?
They will be.
And look at me like examples.
They
So
will be.
I must be good.
Your girls will be too.
Oh, she has attitude. She will have attitude.
Yeah, she will. She definitely will have attitude. And no, but they all will be because you're talking about this. Most people don't talk about things like what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Most people think about success as the amount of money that is in their bank account. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that you are already talking about, happiness, mental fortitude, strong children, a good support system, that is amazing. And that will boost them to be successful because you already have a foundation built. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You already have a foundation built. Now you just need to build up the walls and put in the windows, and you know what I mean? It's that stuff will come as long as you keep doing what you're doing. You're doing amazing. I've never had a long conversation with you, and just by having this one conversation right now, I'm like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And even if you're not, let's just say, I'm not saying, knock on wood, I'm not saying that you're not gonna be a world champion someday. All I'm saying is if that doesn't happen, you're going to be fine because of your perspective, your mentality, whatever you choose to do. You just got your degree in psychology. That's amazing. You know how hard it is to fight and train and do school on the side, especially in a different country? Oh
time difference.
Time different,
Time
everything.
difference,
It's
yeah.
so I'm proud of you. That's
Thank you, man.
amazing.
Thank you, man.
That's very amazing. And so, you do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And speaking of behind the scenes, can you talk to me a little bit about the behind the scenes things that you have to deal with fighting for PFL and training and other things that you got to go through behind the scenes?
Let's speak like people who not from USA.
Okay. So
when you landed here,
mhm.
you don't have your documents, you don't have your insurance.
Mhm.
You you have documents like your sport. How's it called in your passport?
Like your P1?
Yeah,
Your P1.
exactly.
Yes.
But all you can do is just fighting. That's all. So tell me,
You can't
for
work,
example,
huh?
what will you do if you lost your fight, or you ill, or you hurt yourself during the training, and you don't have any insurance to cover it? Like, what will you do? And I know a lot of story of my friends from other country, so who landed here and they just barely survive. I never forget how I cleaning restrooms in 2018 when I was in USA in Miami, just to make enough money for as a waitress, as a cleaning this place. I even learned how to work cash box, man, because I really want to be like world champion and afford my trainings in the gym,
Yes.
So I never forget how I drive there by bicycle, 40 minutes there, 40 minutes back. I rent shitty as hell room, and I sleep almost on the floor, only on a mattress. And now I'm blessed. Now I'm blessed because I have opportunity just for some period, just for trainings. But I know what we all went through if we're not from here. No documents, no family. We need to support our family back home. And you cannot complain anyone. You cannot even say something. We're not such the type of people who complain, but even to share your
experience,
they not understand. They not understand because what you went through.
It's difficult,
man.
It's very difficult, and I could speak on that because a lot of people don't know this, but I'm not an American citizen. I am just a resident here. I am an American resident. Meaning I was born in Jamaica, but I reside here. So I don't get health care or, dental benefits or everything like that. I have to pay for out of pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't get all the benefits. So it was tough for me even, especially when I came here and just, trying to get ahead because you already imagine a race. Everybody lines up and you got to make it to the finish line. Now imagine you starting 50 meters behind everybody else.
Yes.
And then they say, go, and that's what it is.
This is so true.
But I don't regret it because of the immigrant mentality is a real thing. Immigrant mentality is a real thing. And that's the only reason why I am where I am today is because of my immigrant mentality and because I've seen what it's like in Kingston, Jamaica. You've seen what it's like in Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to use what you saw to make something of yourself today.
1 billion%. 1 billion%. We just can't stop. Something push us forward.
This is true.
When some guys go outside to watch fights.
Yep.
Or hang out, if I have opportunity to train more, go to gym, or I have opportunity to study, which brings me money in the future, I better waste my energy and my time for that. Because I like this quote of Connor when he say, before I love summer, now I love money because I can have summer anytime. Anytime, because it's so true, man. If you're still poor, you don't have time for relax.
It's true.
You need to work hard, especially if you're not from here.
It's true. I switched my mindset though. Before, when I was younger, I was like, okay, I am trying to get this amount of money. Now, I don't even care about money. Now, I say, okay, I need a house, a car, and food. I also want to own my own business. I want to open up a youth program, be able to provide for my wife and kids. I don't have a wife and kids yet, but in the future I want to. But I list things that I want to be able to accomplish. Whereas before, when I was younger, I would say, "Oh, I want to have $100,000." You know what I mean? But then if I had gotten $100,000, like most people, we just want money. You know what I mean? Most people want money, but if they get money, they blow it like that because they don't know how to utilize the money. Because money is just a piece of paper. It is just some dead presidents on a piece of paper. But what it can provide is opportunities. But if you know what opportunities you want, then once you acquire the money, your dreams or goals will be easier to obtain.
Listen, right before war, my main goal was to win PFL belt and have this million and build in my country, in my hometown, like huge facility, sports facility.
What's your hometown?
Odessa.
Odessa.
It's around Black Sea. It's really beautiful
Wow.
city. So yeah, and make like a huge gym, and what make a difference than other gym, I will give the free training from boys and girls who cannot afford it.
I love that.
So this is what was my main goal, like because I know how sport can save your life from drugs, from addiction, you know, take you from the street. I know it by myself and by my friends how sport can protect you. So I still wanted, I hope this crazy war will stop, and I still wanted to provide this opportunity to kids, you know, to raise like a healthy nation, especially right now, like not too much Ukrainian left every day.
Yeah, I know. And how is that situation going? Because I purposely do not follow the news because the information that we get and we receive from the news here is different. I've heard that from everyone. I have a lot of people that I know from Ukraine, and they all tell me the same thing. They're like, nope, it's not what's going on. So I don't follow it. I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather just ask someone when I see them, you know.
Well, I have no choice. I wish I can hide my mind from this horrible news, but my father, mother, and small sister are still there.
Yeah.
But
you can at least ask them, you know.
Yeah, of course.
To get the actual evidence.
Of course. And the reason is like 2 days ago, my hometown was attacked by Russia.
Oh, wow.
And when people ask him, I remember I take Uber I fly somewhere like 2 months ago. And he asked me, "Oh, you're from Ukraine? I hear your accent." I said, "Yeah, like, how situation is there? Is war stop?" I said, "No, man, no." And I showed him when like all on fire buildings in my hometown. He said, "No way." I said, "It happened a couple hours ago, so no."
And it's crazy how, oh man, that breaks my heart how just evilness someone can, you know, you see what's going on right now in Israel.
Yeah.
You know, women and children getting slaughtered in the streets, and it is just disgusting. And again, I don't know the politics behind it. I don't care. I don't care about politics. I don't give a shit about politics. I do care about innocent lives. That I care about. And lives in general. It don't even have to be innocent lives. Lives in general. No one deserves to be executed. You know what I'm saying? If you're not out in the street causing war, you shouldn't be executed. I don't think anyone should be executed like that. That's just, you know what I mean? You can be just playing on the road one day and just someone pulls up with some guns and start spraying you and your family. That is shameful. Man, that's shameful.
This is exactly what's going on with my country since last year.
Yeah, it's shameful, man. No one deserves that. No one deserves that.
It's all political games, unfortunately.
It is, unfortunately, and that's why I don't. You know, in my country, you know, I like Bob Marley and Damian Marley and the Rastas, and they're all about you know, political garbage is nonsense. You know, all this political garbage, it's nonsense. You either have to choose between this or that. This or that. Someone someday came about and was like, hey, I want all of you guys to choose the color green. And I want all of you guys to choose the color purple. And on this side, green can't agree with anything purple agrees with. And on this side, purple can't agree with anything green agrees with. So it's instantly, it creates division. There is instantly no gathering and no togetherness. It's all division from the jump. So I can't be a part of that. You know, Bob Marley talks about that. I've been listening to Bob Marley for my entire life. All my life I've been listening to him. And he's a very wise man. And I enjoy what he talks about with politics, you know, and how it brings hate and it fuels fire and drama, and I don't like it, you know. But
Man, to understand what's going on, I highly recommend it, not only fighters, but all people around to read books.
yes,
Reading books open your mind.
uh-huh.
I mean, of course, sometimes you want to relax and play some video games, but if you don't want to be a blind, especially nowadays when everything changed like that,
Yeah.
like read books, try to be more educated, you know. I don't ask you to read one book in a one day, but slowly by like 5 pages in a day, whatever. Like after one book, it will be another one and another one and another one. Just keep open your mind from all this, and then you became more understanding what's going on around. Because society, not society, like government manipulate you from the TV, from radio, from internet, from social media, and we need to be really picky what we eat from there. The same with the food.
Yes.
You know, we need to be picky with all this information, because even if you not realize, but it's stuck in your head. So that's why educate yourself, and your mind will be more open to understand how sometimes people silly around you.
It's true. You are extremely intelligent, and I don't view intelligence as somebody that can remember a bunch of nonsense or a bunch of information, right? The world views somebody who is intelligent as someone who can remember information. If you have a photographic memory, you are intelligent. That's not how I view intelligence. To me, intelligence is your ability to be aware to the good and the bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's your ability to pinpoint and survive in the world and pinpoint things that's going to be able to help you mentally. That's true intelligence. Anybody can just study something and memorize a few words or where things came from. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk, his ability to remember things is amazing. The world views him as intelligent because his brain is incredible, you know. But myself, I view people like you as intelligent because when I hear you speak, I'm just like, wow, you're very passionate and you speak about things that are logical and truthful, and it comes from your heart, and I appreciate that. And this by far is, I just started season 3 of this podcast. I think this is my 4th podcast this season, and so far this is my favorite, best podcast this year. Best podcast this year. I know it took me like a year to get you on the show. You've been asking me this. Listen, this girl has been asking me to come on this show for about a year, and she always picked the worst times. When I get a fight, I don't come in the studio when I'm fighting. I never come in the studio.
I want to just bully you. I just play with you. I just try to bully you. That's all.
I know, but I love it, man. I would love to get you back in the studio for season 4 when we start back up again. It was a pleasure having you. I love talking to you, and I would love to get more of these sessions going. Maybe have another couple of people on here. We can have some discussions going, play some fun debates. You know what I mean? Get the party started a little bit. It was such a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, and if there's anything you want to say, anybody you want to shout out, go ahead. Feel free. The stage is yours.
Guys, even someone call you a mean cold bitch, don't change yourself. You'll definitely find someone who accept you and love you who you are.
Love that. Love that, Olena. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Well, guys, that's all for today. My name is Ode Osborne, and you don't know how we are do it, Gwaan podcast. Out.